Hello my lovelies, I hope you're all well. We're going to jump into some more scary doorbell camera footage today and let's see how creepy this stuff is. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1.
If you've ever seen the show Shark Tank, a 60-minute game show of sorts that puts bubbly entrepreneurs in front of 5 billionaires in order to pitch their idea and hopefully receive some sort of investment or partnership offer, then you probably have heard of the Ring doorbell camera. In 2013,
over here in the UK, we have a version of this show, but it's called Dragon's Den.
Jamie Siminoff appeared on the show and introduced to the world the very first doorbell video camera, which gave homeowners a chance to see who was at their door simply by looking at an app on their phone. The Shark rejected his idea, but that didn't stop the genius that Ring ended up being. Since then, doorbell cameras are almost a normal aspect of life, which is why we'll be exploring the 7 scariest doorbell camera videos ever captured. Don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe to The Supreme, and click the notification bell for more lit content. Let's get rolling.
Lit.
Scary Bear. So now that we know some backstory of how the Ring doorbell and other video recording doorbells similar to that one work, let's start looking at some very strange and scary footage that's been captured with those tiny cameras. We'll start with video that made local news back in mid-August of 2019. We're in Hartford, Connecticut, where a man was approaching a front door one afternoon when he was definitely caught off guard with what was waiting on this man's porch. After pushing the ringer, he got the surprise of his life when a black bear ran up from the right side of the house and onto the porch. The man, clearly caught off guard, gets out of there as quickly as he can. Now, it is worth noting that the home's owner, Andrew Crumby, watched this all play out by just looking at his phone and stated that he had no idea who the man coming to visit him even was, but he's sure that he likely won't be back. And could you blame him? I've never been this close to a wild black bear before, or any other bear for that matter, but I can guess that it likely is a hair-raising experience. The bear, which honestly didn't look all that ferocious, didn't give chase to the man, but that's not to say that he shouldn't have been shaken up. It's believed that the visitor was a local contractor, but because of the black bear, the world may never really know. So before we're able to move on, I've got to show you this image that was recently found online by one of our Supreme members. Check it out. What the heck is happening right here? Video surfaced of this guy with a TV on his head when he was leaving old televisions on the porches of people's homes. The bizarre video shows the man leaving the TVs on more than 50 properties, and no one knows who he is or why he's done it. So, if you've got any idea, or perhaps maybe even the TV-wearing donator is watching this episode right now, and if you are, or if you know him, please talk about it down below. Nosy neighbor. One of the primary reasons the Ring camera and other ones that are
We're like a really budget superhero TV man.
similar are useful is because they can help you protect our homes against unwanted intruders. Some have features that allow you to speak directly to whoever's at your door by just talking into your phone. And other cool features similar to that do a lot by way of warning folks outside that they definitely won't be alone if they try to come inside. Check out this next video that definitely could have utilized some of those features one afternoon when this nosy dude was caught peeking into this house. Now, the homeowner's 9-year-old daughter was actually in the living room while all of this happened. She remembers calling upstairs to her mother, claiming that there's a man outside looking into their home. The mother brushed it off, assuming that the man was likely just a salesperson. But when she reviewed the doorbell footage and saw just how creepy he appeared, and that he was looking into breaking into her home, she immediately contacted the authorities. Now, this is when the story gets really scary. Several other doorbell cameras around the neighborhood captured the man doing the same thing outside of their homes, and a neighbor named Juan Barrientos, an Air Force veteran, actually had his house broken into. They believed that this man was responsible, and the last time we checked, he still wasn't captured. Creepy. Only in Texas. From the creepy to the hilarious, we'll travel down to the great big old state of Texas, where football and barbecue reign supreme. And while we've proven that these doorbell cameras can find some very scary stuff happening outside of our homes, it can and will also record things that are a bit more humorous. And this video does that trick. The clip shows a cow in North Texas trying to get into someone's house through the front door. After the cow knocks and nobody answers, he or she turns around and stops right near the front yard looking around, almost as if it's trying to figure out what the next move is gonna be. So if any of you out there is a farmer or has grown up around cows, is this normal? More specifically, is this the first time any of you have seen a cow playing ding dong ditch? I mean, it knocked on the front door and was out of there just a few seconds later. What kind of game is this cow playing? The doorbell thief. Let's stay in Texas for this next clip. We're down in Houston. One of the most bizarre doorbell camera videos out there is what we'll look at next. A homeowner on the southeast side of the city was the subject of many people's worst nightmare. A home intruder who steals things from your house while no one is home. The woman who broke in took several expensive items, including a gun and even a car. But it's what the loser criminal did at the end that put her on the news in a last-ditch effort to try and maintain some discretion. Before leaving the property after ransacking the joint, the woman intruder turns and snags the doorbell camera itself. Now, the way these cameras work, it still recorded video after she snatched it off the door, so the homeowner is hoping there's enough
adverts.
footage here to lead to the arrest of this home invader. If any of you watching lives down in that area and you know any more about this story, please feel free to share the details with us. We're not sure if the perp has ever been captured, but if she hasn't and you recognize this person, you may want to consider contacting the local authorities. After all, we've got to watch each other's backs in this cold, cold world.
Yep.
More evil clowns.
Oh no.
So if you're a fan of our channel, then you may have noticed that from time to time we like to show you some scary clown videos. I don't know why.
It just,
well, when you spend your entire day looking through the internet to find some of the creepiest and scariest content around, these clowns have been known to pop up from time to time. And it doesn't help that just a few years ago, across the United States, these clown sightings were popping up all over the place.
I remember.
It really was a weird phenomenon, but luckily ended with no one ever being seriously hurt. That doesn't change the fact that it's still extremely weird behavior, and some of that behavior that we'll show you right now. This video, captured by a Ring doorbell, was caught just after Halloween back in 2016. Check out this machete-wielding clown that slowly creeps up to the front door of this unsuspecting home. Things get super strange when you see the way the man behind the mask sort of moves around, then looks and directs his weird and creepy energy directly into the face of the camera. What is he doing? Why do these people think this type of stuff is funny? And then before he takes off, of course, he rings the doorbell to make sure that the owners certainly go back and review the footage. What do you think goes through the minds of these clowns when they parade around their cities doing this type of weird stuff? Is it fun for them? And you know what? If you've ever dressed up like a clown, like to scare people, not to look cool on Halloween, we want to hear from you as well. Cops are coming. Up next, we've got more from the Ring files, but before we're able to see those, I want to send a special shout out to one of our most loyal viewers and subscribers. Christine Bain watched one of our shows the other day, and she loved it so much that she left us a comment. She told us she was new to the channel, but she enjoyed the scary things that we talk about. So, Christine, thank you. And don't worry, more scary content is definitely on the way. So as we mentioned near the top of the video, these doorbell cameras are useful for more than just telling the delivery man to drop the package at the door and go away. Oftentimes, they've been used to assist police officers in locating home invaders, as you can usually have a pretty up-close view of the subject's face to aid in the investigation. A woman named Kay was at work one day when her app went off, signaling activity in front of her Ring doorbell. When she accessed the footage, she was appalled. These two guys, who initially knocked on the door to see if anyone was home, were effectively casing the joint. That is, were checking to see if anyone was home before they attempted to rob the place. After knocking, one of the guys notices the camera, calls it out, and the two walk away rather swiftly. Kay even calls out to them at one point, and they run away, get into their car, and drive off. Before, and I really couldn't believe this, before returning and coming back just 1 minute later. Now, this is where I was stunned because they knew that the camera was there on the door. They approached the door again and try to kick it down, but Kay calls out through the app one more time. She tells them that the cops are on their way, and they immediately take off running to their car again. Now, this story ends happily as Kay shared the video with her neighbors, ultimately leading to them being able to establish the identity of these two clowns, who later that day were picked up by the local police.
Yeah.
Do you want to get a shout out in one of our daily videos? Well, don't forget to drop a comment down below with the hashtag Supreme Family. Tomorrow could be your day. Now, let's get back to the topic. Surgeon's precision. In a 3-week span back in 2016, this man, wearing a surgeon's mask, attempted to break into a family's home in Connecticut. But the thing is, he didn't just try to break in once or twice. Like I said, he tried to break in 3 separate times in just 7 days. But the third time was not the charm for this crook, who was eventually caught by police because they were staking out the home as well, literally looking for him. Good job, doorbell camera. And that's today's video. If you like today's video,
I wouldn't say those videos were necessarily scary, but hey ho. Interesting nonetheless. Let me know if you're enjoying these doorbell camera things. I think they're just a bit of fun. But obviously if you're not enjoying them, then I won't watch anymore. So let me know. I hope you enjoyed that video anyway, and I'll see you very soon.